Hey everyone, welcome to another Pioneer video here on Magic Arena. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, appreciate the support. So today we are playing some Greasefang, and as you probably know the drill with this deck, vehicles in the graveyard, Greasefang reanimating them with haste, crewing them, etc, etc. So it's the traditional Parhelion and Sky Sovereign build, but we are, because Greasefang can be built with any third colour, so there's Esper versions, there's Abzan versions, but we are running a Mardu version today because it gives us access to new card Joshua Phoenix's Dominant, which is a 3/4 for 3 in red-white, and when it enters, discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards. And to be honest, if it was just that, it would still be, I think, pretty good in this deck, and that is mostly what we're going to be doing with it. But later on, we do have the option of paying 5 mana and tapping it to exile it at sorcery speed. And you can return it as Phoenix Warden of Fire, which is a 4/4 with flying and lifelink. Saga. First two chapters, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. Obviously, you gain 2 life because it has lifelink, and then for the third chapter, you can return any number of creature cards with total mana value 6 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, and then it flips back into Joshua, and you get the discard trigger again. So yeah, it's as I say, that second bit won't come up very often, but when it does, obviously it's very powerful. If it sticks around, you can kind of recur other things from your graveyard, perhaps even bring back a Greasefang, and then do the thing again. So yeah, that's pretty spicy, but yeah, that discard mode is pretty good. And then in terms of the rest of the deck, we are trying out Voice of Victory in this one, just because it kind of protects our combo during our turn. The opponent can't really interact with it at instant speed if we have Voice of Victory, so a couple of copies of that. And then the rest of the deck is kind of as you'd expect to find it. So we've got our our mill package with Overlord of the Balemerc, discard with Fear of Missing Out, Fable of the Mirrorbreaker, Blood Tithe Harvester, Bitter Triumph, all of those various ways of just getting our vehicles in the graveyard. Bit of early interaction with Thoughtseize and Fatal Push, Fable of the Mirrorbreaker obviously being the kind of the great mid-range card in a red, and yeah, that's kind of it really. It is a Greasefang deck as you know and love it, though we are running a couple of copies of Vanishing Verse as well. Vanishing Verse as well, just to give it a little bit of additional punch and removal. So yeah, mana base, yeah, a little bit strained as always with these 3-color mana bases, but a lot of fast lands just because, you know, this in terms of what we're actually trying to cast, this deck pretty much taps out at 3. So yeah, we've got 10 fast lands, some dual lands, some pathways, a couple of basic lands, and Takenuma, which is the best utility land for a deck like this. Not only does it mill more things into the graveyard, potentially lets us get back something like a Greasefang. Sideboard, Deafening Silence, shutting down the opponent's ability to cast lots of non-creature spells. We generally won't be doing that. Portable Hole, Duress, Torch the Tower, just more early interaction if we need it against those decks which are trying to go fast. Duress obviously good against control decks and combo decks. Wear Tear, just good, solid, potential 2-for-1 removal in the right colours. Unlicensed Hearse, another vehicle that's graveyard hate that doesn't affect our own graveyard. Liliana of the Veil, some more discard. Shieldred the Apocalypse for another big mid-range threat. And then a Nahiri the Harbinger, which has a rummage effect by itself, but is also a little bit of removal too. So yeah, won't dwell too much longer on that because I think most people know what Greasefang is and what it tries to do. So yeah, let's see what Joshua, the new card, can do in this build. So thank you very much for watching. And yeah, let's take this onto the ladder. Sounds a little unfortunate. I think it's too risky to keep. Okay, this is better. I think I'll just pop back a land for now. We've got enough early plays that I can kind of wait. Okay, mono white humans. Let's start, I think, by taking the Adeline. Well, it's Azorius humans, I suppose, but well, let's play FOMO for the chance of a turn 3 Parhelion. Now, so they can't take anything out the bin here, but I might be able to get them with FOMO. Nope. In which case, let's just Overlord instead. Pick up Greasefang. Now we just wait. Wait for a... Wow, didn't even wait for me to draw the third land. Okay, so with mono white humans, I think I want Portable Hole, I want Torch the Tower. What's less good here? Voice of Victory is kind of meh. Thoughtseize on the draw is reasonable. I think we can trim one Overlord, maybe one Fable, just lower the curve a little bit. Yeah, this sounds a little land heavy, but it's probably good enough. Okay, Torch the Tower is not a bad draw. Let's see what they play before potentially firing it off. Do I want to kill that or kill the lieutenant? I think let's kill the bodyguard. Oh, you got me. Let's play Harvester until we have something to potentially discard with FOMO. Ooh, that's fun. Okay, let's take out this duplicate. Play Fear of Missing Out. Discarding a land. Yeah, let's just fire this off now while they're tapped out, just in case they've got stuff like whatever that one mana thing is that Brave the Elements. There we are, words. Well, we're going hard on sort of dirtly value, but we don't have any vehicles yet. But the opponent's not doing a huge amount. Okay, let's take out the flying thingamajig. Do some discarding. Now at least we get double FOMO attacks. And we'll pass again. Let's see what they draw, and then I might potentially kill that with a Fatal Push. Adeline. Yeah, okay. Let's take that down now, before they can attack with it. Vanish our friend Adeline here. Still no vehicles. Oh well, as we've got 2 copies, I'll now just play a Greasefang as a creature that can attack. That's fine. Cool. Okay. Didn't even need the thing there, just fear of missing out, carrying us to victory. Decent. Decent enough, anyway. Potentially very decent. Who have they got a counterspell? Let's find out. Yep. Okay. Well, I wouldn't have run into that if I didn't have the second Greasefang. But now I think we're fairly safe to just carry on playing stuff. I'll ditch this Concealed Courtyard, no one wants it. Still not tapping out, huh? Well, we're going to have to crack eventually. Voice of Victory gives me some game, actually, against control. Interesting. Oh well, if you insist. So they've probably got March of Otherworldly Light here, but they will have to lose 2 cards to do it. Yep. 2 No More Lies. Okay, that's pretty decent for us. And now they kind of need a farewell or something, which they may well have. Okay, Supreme Verdict. Could be worse. So I'll lead with Voice of Victory. I'll play Fable of the Mirrorbreaker. It's a shame this is 2 colours, really.
Right on schedule.
Interesting. Interesting. I don't think I could lose the verse. Yeah, okay, that's a nice little thing to have happened. So they are going to draw a card here, which is unfortunate.
No time for a break.
Well, they're certainly drawing well. Can't fault them for that. Joshua with an empty hand is a little bit unfortunate, but I think the potential for it flipping is pretty strong. So I think it's a keep. Because, yeah, they'll get 2 more cards to look at. Yeah, I think I've got to keep this. It's sad that I can't. It's sad that it doesn't have the Fable text, which would just let me draw 2 cards. So I think let's try.
Keep up the pace.
And then, yeah, kind of depending on what we draw, we can take a view. Sphinx's Revelation. Huh, that's a fun one. Now that you do not see very often anymore. Come on now, make up your mind. Now I think there's a question of, am I even going to try and flip it, which I don't think I am. So I've got to try and take down Teferi here, I think is the right thing to do. And yeah, attack here, attack them. They're definitely holding an answer of some kind. They're just debating whether to use it or not. Probably hoping I'll tap out, but I'm not going to. And they couldn't be signposting removal more here if they tried. I think actually I'll leave this untapped. Yeah. Okay, let's end the turn. Then maybe do some copying things.
You know what? I'm not done.
Oh, that's flippin' annoying. Yeah, we've got heinously unlucky here, unfortunately. Just with the way this is shaped out. Okay. let's scoop this one up. So I think against control, we obviously want duress. Not loving fatal push. Deafening silence, probably not. Liliana maybe on the draw. Put in Shieldred, get rid of another fatal push. And then maybe a wear, yeah, maybe wear tear for whatever. Get rid of one Vanishing Verse as well for whatever, you know, if they bring in a Rest in Peace or something. Yeah, good enough. We find a discard outlet. What's that? That's a Dovin's Veto. I'll just take Big Tef here. Yep, I want Bitter Triumph. Okay, really do need a discard outlet. Well, that's something. Ooh, that's an aggressive use of the Wandering Emperor.
Run away. You'll be safer. Guards, to me. We've got the edge in this fight.
Let's pop Parhelion away. Okay, we've got some interesting choices here. I'm not going to play Greasefang into this, obviously. I think let's start with a FOMO. Ooh, this is interesting. This is very interesting. I think because they are so obviously signed, you know, we can see their Dovin's Veto.
Let your blade do the talking.
Right, okay, well, I want to look in your hand, please. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, well, let's get rid of one March of Otherworldly Light. I think I'll pass the turn. Yeah, have a 1-1. Now I will respond by killing their Wandering Emperor.
Back to wandering.
This is very interesting. Little situation we find ourselves in here. I think I'm fine to just let this get vetoed. They didn't want to. Understandable. What an elegant staring match we have going on here. Okay. It's not ideal, obviously, but we're not out of this yet. Harvester is good. Give us some options. Don't think we're quite in the need for doing this yet. Joshua's pretty good. So yeah, let's play him. Discard this Vanishing Verse to draw another card. Land is just pretty medium. So let's discard that too. And another land. Okay, well, I'll keep that for now. Ugh. Yeah, they're definitely holding up enough stuff that, like, feels like a problem. Okay, so Graveyard Plan A is pretty much out now. Liz, well, they've got 1 mana. This March is online, so I can't use my Joshua. And I'm just drawing land as well, which is not helpful. Okay, go again, why not? Okay, well they've cracked and played the March, which either means they've drawn another one, or they've just got a bit skittish. Well, all the pathways in the world aren't really doing it for me, I'm afraid. So there are things in this deck that aren't lands, which would be nice to draw. Yeah, I don't think we're getting out of this one anytime soon, but we'll see. We'll give it another turn. Nope. Yeah, if I'm going to draw like that, not a lot you can do, is there? Yeah, this will do. So there's probably demons. Yeah, some sort of mid-range deck. I'll take one of the harvesters, that's fine. Let's get Bale Merc online, I think. Nice. Okay, that is exactly what you want to see. So they do have an answer in their hand for Greasefang right now, so we are going to have to play around that. With, I think, Voice of Victory. Ooh, yes, FOMO's a good one too. Okay, they no longer have an answer for Greasefang. They're going to need an answer for... Mere Shieldred's not going to do it. Yep, cool. Okay, that was a good start. So, Rakdos mid-range, which may or may not be demons. We didn't see the annex, but let's assume that they probably have it. So, I think Wear Tear is good. Portable Hole is reasonable against probably Harvesters, maybe Fear of Missing Out as well. Duress I like on the draw. Shieldred I also like. Don't mind Torch the Tower. Yeah, I think we're just going with maybe Liliana when we're... Well, yeah, Liliana on the draw is fine. So I need 10. I need to make 10 cuts. I'll use Bitter Triumph. Let's get rid of all of the Fables as well. Yeah, maybe I don't like Portable Hole, actually. Let's get rid of that. We'll keep Torch the Tower. There's slightly more versatile removal. Vanishing Verse can go. Although Vanishing Verse is an answer to Annex, isn't it? So actually, let's keep that in. We'll trim 2 Fear of Missing Out. And actually, let's not use Liliana, I think, here. I'm not sure we need it. That was a bit back and forth, that sideboarding. I had a lot of cards I wanted to bring in, but trouble is with a combo deck is you don't want to disrupt the combo too much. I think I'm going to assume I can draw into something slightly better. Well, more fool you, because I got nothing good in my hand. Just endless removal. Okay, well, we can torch that away. Yeah, was kind of hoping I wouldn't draw any more land. Got the big annex. No. Okay, well you can have my Fatal Push. See if I can. Okay, well I'll have an answer to Annex if they play it. Yeah, Hidetsugu Consumes All is also a decent hit, I think. Let's just get rid of it. before it swipes my graveyard. Nothing proactive going on here. I mean, something like a Joshua would be amazing here. Okay, well, I'm answering all of their stuff. Good, 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 good. Joshua, where art thou? Greasefang with no vehicles to get with it is not great. So I think we'll just hold this until we potentially draw something. Yeah, the opponent's not doing much either, to be fair. Looks like they probably now just got a hand of removal. We've drawn all of our stuff in entirely the wrong order. Well, let's Takanuma, that's a good draw. Pick up Overlord of the Baelmerk. Play that, and let's just get a little bit of an engine going. Yeah, I like Fear of Missing Out. Actually, I would prefer to have drawn a Joshua here, but we must wait our turn. And I don't mean our turn, you know what I mean. Not our turn. Still don't have any vehicles in the bin. Okay. Am I going to try? It feels like... I mean, if it doesn't work, I then at least have a Greasefang in the graveyard. Turns out I don't have a Greasefang in the graveyard. Okay, well that's fine. We're just waiting for our Overlord. And Fear of Missing Out's going to do some stuff in the meantime. Blade of the Oni, sure thing. I'll kill that. Yeah, I don't feel exceptional about my life total here. But I think... yeah, they're only single mutavolting me, which is definitely preferable. Well, wouldn't it be nice? Okay, now they're going big. Just one of those days. I'm having one of those days. This card's just dead in my hand. Make an extinction event and kill my Overlord. Yeah. And I'm on 4 life, so I'm dead to these mutavolts. Bloody hell. I mean, what a draw. Just nothing. Okay, well, you got it if you got it. Okay, they didn't try. But yeah, I'm super dead. I think the auto tap has screwed them there a little bit. Is that doesn't do it, does it? I've drawn it too late because Parhelion does 13 damage. Let's demonstrate that we had it. We didn't have it. Yeah, okay. Never mind. That was super annoying. I still think this is a decent configuration of the deck. We just drew really, really badly. So let's just run it back. So let's start with Duress. Yeah, that hearse has gotta go. Hopefully we can draw in a way which is conducive to good works. So yeah, let's leave our Sacred Foundry up so that we have some... We can use the tear. On whatever it is, whichever one of those they play. I don't really care which. Neither. Oh, they're afraid that I've got that I've got a Greasefang. Well, little do you know, my hand is useless at the moment. Yeah, they don't really have the option to tap out. Just because I'm constantly threatening to have... That is the threat of the Greasefang. Ever present. How long can they just hold off doing anything while I'm presenting 5 damage a turn? Nice, that is exactly what I wanted them to do. So, discard Sky Sovereign. Fatal Push Shieldred. Play one of our own. Boom. Well, that's unfortunate, isn't it? Let's get Joshua down. Okay, there's Greasefang. They might be convinced that I don't have the thing now. Okay, Hidetsugu consumes all. Sure thing. I'm gonna tear that. Let's play the game. Annex, yep. Interesting. No removal for it. They're going to open up their ritual chamber, I wonder. Yep. Oh, I wonder if you have a fatal push. I ain't falling for that. Nice, I think that... No, I can't do it because they've got a fatal push. Damn you! Ooh, that's hella risky. Okay, they got a 1. How spicy are they willing to be here? Huh. Interesting. Okay, well... I'll block here. Then let's see, if I vanish the demon... Ooh, this is tough, actually, because... Actually, if I don't block, and then just vanish the annex, then I don't die. But they can still kill my Joshua, can't they? Flippity. Oh, that's so annoying. So block here. So I'm on the hoof for 10. So then I have to vanish. So I think either way, I have to get rid of something of theirs. So is it better to... Yeah, I mean, they might be bluffing the push, but I don't think they are. I think that's the right thing to do. Yeah, they obviously had it the whole time, but this way at least I stay alive a couple more turns, and I could draw something, and they are now completely tapped out. That is the worst thing I could possibly have drawn. I mean, sure, they've obviously got removal for this now. It's all just far too late, but... I mean, unless they just don't. Oh my god! Ah, what a stressful match. Oh god, I think I've... Oh, no. Jesus Christ. The top decks taketh away, and then the top decks give again. Oof. Not sure I'm going to emotionally recover from that anytime soon. Yeah, that was spicy. I'm glad we got to see Joshua doing some stuff in that third match. It's an interesting card because like the opponent's so incentivized to kill it, particularly once it flips. In a deck like this, you can't really let it hit its third chapter. It's just the value is just too good. And ultimately, them having to pull the trigger on enough of our cards meant that final Greasefang, they just didn't have the answer to it, which I did not expect given how many cards they'd drawn. But yeah, whew. Good games, very good games. Well, there's not much to say left apart from I need to go lie down, so I'm going to do that. And I'll thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, deck list in the description as usual. Like and subscribe. Donate to the coffee account if you feel like it. And yeah, I'll see you next time.